Rory, Rory, Rory. Rory McIlroy has won the Masters again. What a weekend of golf it was. This is episode 3 of the Golf Loops podcast. Settle back and let's talk all about what went down in Augusta. Well. Rory wins the 2026 Masters. 12 under par, 1 shot clear of Scotty Scheffler, 2 clear of Tyrrell Hatton, Russell Henley, Justin Rose and Cam Young. Back-to-back champion. We spoke about this on the last episode. It puts him in elite company. Only 3 other players have ever won back-to-back at Augusta. Jack Nicklaus, Nick Faldo, Tiger Woods. That's it. 4 players in nearly 90 years. So how did it go down? Well, last week I predicted the winner might come from one of Rory, Scotty Scheffler and Bryson DeChambeau. Well, the first 2 came through for me, but Bryson, he bombed big time and missed the cut. But Rory, he was always in this tournament. Thursday, solid start. Right there with a 67. Then on Friday, he explodes with a 65 and builds a 6-shot lead going into the weekend. And that's a record. The largest 36-hole lead in Masters history. At that point, looks like it might be all over. I thought Rory would cruise home, but he didn't. It's never over at Augusta. History tells us that. And on Saturday, everything flipped. Amen corner bites and the momentum shifted. Rory shot a 73 and the entire lead disappeared. Meanwhile, Scotty Scheffler had a 65 and Cameron Young was on the charge. And suddenly, we've got a proper fight going into the last day. And Sunday was pure Augusta thrills. Were you allowed to stay up and watch? I nodded off so many times on the sofa here, but I just about made it all the way through. Now it's the final round, and it started to get messy. Rory makes an early double bogey. Scotty Scheffler's making birdies all over the place, and he's getting better and better all the time. And at one point, Rory is 3 shots behind as Justin Rose makes his move. And it looks like it might finally be his moment. Then Augusta does what Augusta does. Rose has a bogey on 11, a bogey on 12, chance for an eagle on 13, and he 3 putts for a par. His momentum is completely gone. And Rory, he makes a birdie on 12 and another birdie on 13. He's back in control. Now, do you recognise those holes that tripped up Rose and that Rory eventually conquered? 11, 12 and 13. That stretch, that's Amen corner. And it always has its say in the tournament. Now in the end, Rory could get away with a nervous bogey at the last after a wild drive and was left with a short tap-in putt for victory. It was right on the edge of the hole, but I think my hands would still be shaking. But he popped it in, the patrons went crazy, and he celebrated with his caddy, family and friends as he walked off 18. We spoke last week about the prize for winning at Augusta being the coveted green jacket. Tradition says that last year's champion puts the jacket on the new winner. So did Rory have to put the jacket on himself? No, that would be funny, but the chairman of Augusta National had to help him out. We should say that Rory doesn't just get a jacket. While jackets are great, he also gets the trophy, which is an amazing replica of the Augusta clubhouse. Oh, and some cash. Not much, just a little $4.5 million first place prize. Wow. What would be the first thing you would buy with that? New golf clubs? Maybe. Now, what a week Rory had. But it didn't go so well for everyone. Hao Tong Lee, the Chinese player, he was right in contention going into the last round. But then he had an 80. 8 over par in his last round. And it was Amen corner which bit him as well. He had a 6 on 12, but it was on 13 that it really goes crazy. He had a 10. Double figures. That never happens to professionals. Go check it out. I'll put it in the show notes. The shot tracker is especially good. Now, we shouldn't laugh, but poor Hao Tong even putted it into the water. And he was in the trees and bushes for so long, I thought he'd turn into a gardener. Now, what about another one of my pre-tournament predictions? My Scottish favourite, Bob McIntyre. Well, Bob missed the cut. He managed a 9 on the par 5 15th in the first round, and he was not very happy. Now, he can get a bit grumpy sometimes can Bob, and his passion can be a fun part of his personality, but he was really disrespectful this time, which wasn't okay. Another grumpy player this week was past champion Sergio Garcia, who broke his driver in a tee box, and this earned him an official telling off from the tournament for his behaviour. These things can be funny to see. Golf can be a frustrating game, but we all know it. 1 minute you're a superstar, and the next minute as if you've never seen a golf club before. But don't follow the examples of Bob and Sergio. Look at people like Tommy Fleetwood or Justin Rose. Now Rose, he agonisingly missed out on winning the Masters again. But he didn't get upset with anyone, conducts himself in the right way every time. And clearly one of the reasons why he's had such a long and successful career. Now it's time for the Golf Loops Quiz Masters Edition. 3 questions, as always. Let's see how much of a Masters expert you guys are now after this weekend. Questions are getting more difficult each time. Let's go. Noob level. So Rory had a record lead after 2 rounds. But how many shots was he leading by? Mid-level. Rory just won back-to-back Masters titles. But how many other players in history have also done so? And for a hint, it's not many. It's a really, really hard thing to do. And for a bonus point, can you name any of them? Extreme level. And I'm going to go really tricky on this one. What are the fans called at Augusta? They're not just fans or the crowd. They have a special name here. Do you know what it is? Before we go, one of the very best things about the Masters is that you can relive all the shots over and over again whenever you like for free. I'll put some highlights in the show notes, but go and check out the official Masters Tournament website and YouTube channels. I'll also link our new Instagram account in the show notes. Go check us out there. Now, one for you to think about. As champion, like we spoke about last time, Rory gets to set the dinner menu for the Tuesday Champions Dinner at Augusta. So he did it this year, and he'll do it again next year because he won again. We talked in the last show about his elk sliders and sticky toffee pudding. But what do you think he'll do next year? Will he run out of ideas and serve the same again? What would you serve if you were Rory? Now I'm going to sign off with a great quote from Rory from his Champions interview. He summed everything up by saying that he felt like this win was just a part of his journey. And I loved that. And where is your journey in golf going to take you next? Until next time, get yourself out on the golf course and take care. This has been Golf Loops episode 3. See ya.